thank you very much for the pleasure of your company. I'm Michael Kazilny. Tough times never last. Now 10 years down the track, and I've learned a lot from these lovely people on the couch. We have a celebrity hypnotherapist, Helen Mitas, on the couch, and she just told me she released a new book which is called Mindset Dominance, available on the net via
www.hypnofit.com.au.
Yeah, I reckon these books are terrific, Helen, because you've put your passion into this, and you've spent 25 years in the corporate world before you took up your new career.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, 22 years in the corporate world.
See, all that comes into it, doesn't it? I always think that everything we've done in our lives,
yes,
it's almost like, you know, it prepares us for the ultimate destination.
It does, because everything that we've ever experienced has led us to this very moment.
Yeah. So it sounds like, Helen, that you're, this decade, you're the happiest you've ever been.
I would say that's definitely the case. Yep, I would say that's definitely the case, because, yeah, definitely the last 6 years, ever since I've followed my passion, most definitely.
Yeah,
yep, correct.
And you were saying before, lack of community. That's so important, Helen. You know, I see so many guys working 12 hours, even in the legal profession. They're, you know, they're in Collins Street working until the lights go off. They're going home. They're losing contact with friends, and then they retire with 5 investment properties, a big house, and then they get depressed, you know, and the neighbours don't speak to them. But when we go to places like Fiji, where you went, you know, they're all smiling, they're happy. There's that real sense of community, isn't there?
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? It's like everywhere you go, you have someone saying "Bula" to you.
Yeah, and Bali and Thailand, aren't they all happy, living in tin sheds?
They are.
You know, and do you think fame, materialism makes us happy? And I've asked that so many times.
Well, I mean, they've had studies on this, and what they show is that it doesn't make you happy, but if you're underneath the poverty line, having enough money to bring you above the poverty line actually does make you happier. But once you've got a certain amount of money anyway, more money is not going to make you happy. That's what the studies show.
Is it? Yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah. So if you're in circumstances where you can't survive, then that extra money will make you happier.
So the person who won $40 million last night in Ted Slido, well, how long will they be happy for?
Well, how is their life going to change? We don't know.
No. You can only fly business class that many times, crayfish, French champagne, you know. I don't know, when I think about money... I wouldn't
mind doing that just once though, Michael, because I haven't done that yet.
Well, I've looked through this book, Helen Mitas. I think you'll be flying first class on Emirates very soon. The great man John.
Oh, please.
Go to the Greek islands or somewhere. But, gee, that's amazing how you help... I like what you're doing with the young people, because that's so important, isn't it?
It's so important, because they're right there at the cusp of their life just opening up ahead of them, and they don't realise how much potential they have. As soon as they walk in my door, the very first time I see them, I can see their potential. I can see it in them, and they can't see it.
That's so lovely.
They don't know they've got it, but I can see it, and I just can't wait until, you know, it all comes out of them, because it's not about me doing something to them. It's about me opening up the doors, you know, and so they can access their inner resources. They've got those resources there. They just don't know how to access them.
And they can feel comfortable here. Isn't it amazing, folks? They can walk into Helen's office, you know, some of these adolescents, and share their problems, whereas at school quite often they've got to wear their uniform, they get told off if they're 10 minutes late, you know. I really think our schooling system has a lot to change, you know. All these Catholic schools, you know, the strap's out, but still there's so many rules. Sometimes I think kids don't even get a chance to beat children anymore. It's a bit like the army, some of the schools I've seen.
Yeah.
Do you think our school system is very outdated?
I think that it doesn't have some very basic elements. So I mentioned earlier how I did that 4.5-year course, Human Relations for Everyday Living. If we had that course in our schools, it would be a different society.
True.
So basic human relations for everyday living, how we perceive the world, how we react to events. So it's not about negative events not happening to us, it's how we react to those events. So training them to, you know, that it's okay when bad stuff happens, but it's how we react to that, how we move forward, how we pick ourselves up. That's what makes the difference.
Now, Helen, there's a lot of people watching tonight who are sleeping in the same bed with the wrong partner,
Yep.
They don't like their partner. They hate going to their job. Their supervisor who's been there for 12 months longer bullies them all the time.
Yep.
They go to the pub every weekend and just drink so much beer, but that's increasing their depression. They just hate life. You know, they're living in the wrong house with the wrong person. They don't like their job. How can they get happy again if they're stuck, like you were years ago, stuck, and they think, I can't leave because otherwise, you know, already they're living from week to week, but they're not happy.
So the first thing is that they need to decide. They need to decide that this is not the way it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
They have to decide that things will change, and they have to take responsibility for that change and say, I am prepared to do whatever it takes.
So if they're working in a factory, they really hate their job because they're getting bullied by the new supervisor every 6 months when somebody gets promoted. Should they maybe go back to study or?
Well, you know, they have to find what makes them happy. What, you know, because at some point when they were a lot younger, they had some dreams that they let go of. They have to reconnect to find out what that was because they've lost it along the way.
So success really is a different story for everyone, isn't it?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
What's success for you? Success and happiness?
Success for me is doing what I love with the people that I love, you know, every day.
Do you enjoy helping other people?
Yeah, and so at the moment I'm spending a lot of time training other therapists because when I was, you know, just doing one-on-one clients just by myself, I had one particular client who said to me, Helen, you can't stay in here. You've got to get out there.
Okay.
And so that's what I've been doing, getting out there to train other therapists. So there's a ripple effect so that everybody has a bigger impact.
And your business is called?
HypnoFit.
HypnoFit. Will you make this HypnoFit global?
I'd love to.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then have people spreading your special message all over the world.
Absolutely, that's my dream.
And have a happy world.
Yes, absolutely, a fulfilled world.
Isn't that amazing?
Yep.
Isn't that amazing? So people really need to follow their dreams.
Absolutely.
And live in the moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
And whatever excuse they find that, you know, that stops them from following their dreams, it's just an excuse. It's just an obstacle. They need to get over that. There is a way. There's always a way when there's a will.
Helen Mitas, thank you so much.
Thank
we'll have you on
you.
again.
Thanks for having
as
me.
a regular, but that's amazing. I learn something every day. And this is the book, folks, Mindset Dominance, Helen Mitas. Check it out on the web. Love and best wishes. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll be back next week. Good night.